Hi, Brandon Hardison, president of Champion Strategies for our own public speaking workshop. Another new week, teachers. So if you're not in the classroom yet, because you don't start until after Labor Day, good luck to you. Get prepared. If you're already doing the in-house and you have students in front of you, we're giving you some tips on things that you need to do to make sure that the students have a great school year, whether it's virtual, whether you are in class in front of the room. Also, for supervisors, managers, for the first time, you're going to be meeting with your team members, and we need to make sure that when we talk about business numbers, that is one thing that's separate. But when we talk about training or making them better, that's where the public speaking needs to be a little bit more defined. So we do thank you because your success is on their success. Maybe you were told that you're a great speaker and you need to be doing this for money. So with all the reunions and all the conventions, and then COVID hit, and so now everybody's vying for this little box here. And it is tough. Space is taking up. So my thing, if you want to look at communications or public speaking as a career change, there are great 2 and 4 year institutions that can help you. There are organizations that just focus on public speaking. And then we have those people that just peruse through the internet looking for content, or they find some video that they like and it can help them because they have the discipline to practice on their own. So that's why we do this here at Champion Strategies. So let's get into it. It's a two-parter, and we're going to talk about improving your public speaking skills. Now, number one, before you even talk to your students, your team members, your audience as a whole, we have to define what your end goal. In other words, the first thing to do when preparing for a speech is to get your content to define what your end goal. In other words, what do you want the audience to do after they leave the room and hear your speech? What information that is exploded that you delivered to them, and now it's a takeaway that they can continue on when they leave you to research, get better, practice, whatever it may be. So always set up whatever program, whatever content you're looking at, what is the end goal that I want to achieve with my students, with my team workers, for the people that are in the general audience. Be a giver and not a taker. And here's what I mean by that. Once you defined your end goal, let's build a presentation that offers real value to your audience, regardless of whether they are going to use you for ongoing training, regardless of whether the students have a struggle to get to that place or the team members, you need to do more one-on-one coaching with them. So once again, once we define the end goal, what do we need to do in our presentation to get the audience to understand, regardless of whether the product or service, we got to build real value. Now, if you do these things right at the beginning, now you're in good shape. So now looking at your content, do we need additional AV, audio visual? In other words, do I need a PowerPoint to help me get my point across? If you do, make sure it's neat, clean, presentable. There's not that many slides in the deck. Each one of the slides in the deck makes reference to what they need to do. There's no need of having a slide in there just to have it in there. As far as font size, color, background, you'll get the idea with that. But please make sure if you're going to be using some additional audio aids that they are succinct in what you're doing. If you've ever watched any one of my videos, practice, practice. But we're practicing for a way that we can get confident delivering our speech. Make sure you are practicing your presentation in front of several groups of people, if you can do this, coworkers, family members, friends, animals, mirror. We have to practice. Practice is the key to gaining more confidence. Practice allows you to see how your tonality is going with the flow, especially if you're using some type of visual aids. How about eating well? Yes, we can snack, and many of us have bad eating habits, and no one says that we're here to make sure that we're checking up on your protein intake, your energy. But what are we doing to keep the stress down? Are we eating a lot of fast foods, processed things that are harder to digest? Or are we eating and doing the things that we need to do to make sure that there's no problem with my physical presence? Because stress, cholesterol, and some of these other things decrease your levels and many times make you look sad, tired, worn out, and you may not be, because we know you're already nervous and all these things are hitting you. Once again, Brandon Hardison, President of Champion Strategies, with our ongoing series on public speaking. If some of this can help you, we're happy. We'll be back on the next section with the next part of this, and we're just giving you some different tips on how you can prepare yourself to be the best public speaker that you can. Once again, Brandon Hardison, President of Champion Strategies, as always, in parting, you go out and make